Are you tired of getting stuck in your head while speaking English? You don't need to study more to speak fluently. You just need to change your habits. Today, I'm going to tell you 5 micro habits that you can sprinkle throughout your day, each taking less than a minute. But they will force your brain to think in English. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to break that mental barrier and start speaking naturally. If you're ready, let's begin.
Hello, welcome to Next Level English. I'm so happy to see you here. Today, I'm going to show you 5 great methods to learn English easily. The last one is going to really surprise you because this method is only on the Next Level English channel. So don't forget to subscribe and write in the comments which method you liked and why that method.
Absolutely special, because today I'm going to ask you something, Alex. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
I'm actually asking you too. Think about it. How many English words do you know? Hundreds? Thousands?
I'm asking too. Do you know grammar? Tenses, conditionals, vocabulary? Do you know all of it but still
Can't speak?
Exactly. You want to speak, but the words come, the sentences don't go. It's like everything is inside your head, but it gets stuck in your mouth.
You know, this is a very common situation, and it's not about your intelligence. It's about your muscles.
My muscles?
Yes. Today's topic is exactly this. Train your mouth to talk. Speaking English is not just a matter of knowledge, it's a physical skill. Just like playing guitar or swimming.
And today, we're going to show you 5 small but powerful habits. These habits will reprogram your brain and your mouth to speak English.
Muscle memory. Today, we're going to build this.
If you're ready, let's begin. Okay, Alex, let's talk about the basic question first. Why can't people speak even after learning English for years?
Good question. I used to be the same way. I was very good at school exams. Reading, grammar, no problem. But when someone started speaking English, I would freeze.
Yes, Alex. English at school is a completely different thing. Because at school, they don't teach you to speak English. They teach you to make mistakes while speaking English. But to speak English, you absolutely must make mistakes when you speak.
So what's the difference?
Think about it this way. You can read a book about riding a bicycle. How balance works, how to pedal, how to brake. You know everything in theory. But when you get on the bicycle,
You fall.
exactly. Because riding a bicycle is a motor skill, a physical skill. And speaking English is the same.
So what exactly is muscle memory? Can you explain it for the viewers?
Of course, muscle memory, that is muscle memory, means your brain learning to do a movement automatically through constant repetition. Just like when you write, you don't think about each letter one by one. Your hands move automatically.
Yes, exactly.
That's our goal, for English sentences to come out the same way, without thinking, naturally, automatically.
And how do we do this?
With today's 5 micro habits. But first, there's a story. Because here, we don't just tell you, we train you too.
Now we're coming to the part we love the most. We're going to read a story. This story is specially chosen for you. Not too easy, not too hard. Right in the middle level. And while reading this story, we're going to stop at some points and practice those sentences with you.
only thing we ask from you is this. If you have headphones, put them on. Turn up the volume a little and speak out loud. Out loud. Silent reading doesn't work.
Are you ready? Let's begin.
Sarah has gotten into the habit of waking up at 9 a.m. As soon as she woke up, she started going over today's plans in her head, speaking in English.
Wait a second. Let's repeat the first sentences together. Repeat this sentence after me 3 times out loud. Every morning, Sarah wakes up at 9 o'clock. Every morning, Sarah wakes up at 9 o'clock. Every morning, Sarah wakes up at 9 o'clock. Great. Let's continue.
Sarah goes to the kitchen and makes coffee. She doesn't check her phone. Not yet. First, she sits by the window and breathes slowly. This is my time, she thinks. Just 5 minutes. Just for me.
There's a very beautiful phrase in this part. This is my time. You can feel it when you say it. A sense of ownership. Let's practice this one too.
This time I say it, you repeat. Ready?
This is my time. Just 5 minutes. Just for me.
This is my time. Just 5 minutes. Just for me.
Did you notice? The word just was used twice. This is a pattern that native speakers love, using just for emphasis. Keep that in mind.
One of the first things Sarah does every morning as soon as she wakes up is write down the most important things for her day, because she knows that small steps will lead her to great things.
This sentence is very powerful, and it's like a summary of today's lesson. Micro habits, small steps. Let's read this one more time. But this time, you read too. Get ready. This time, pay attention to the rhythm while reading the sentence, like a poet.
Small steps lead to big changes.
One more time. This time, say it a little stronger. Believe in this sentence.
Perfect.
At 9 o'clock, Sarah is ready to leave. She looks in the mirror and smiles. I'm not perfect, she says out loud, but I'm trying, and that's enough. She opens the door and walks into the new day.
And that's the end of our story. Beautiful, wasn't it?
Very beautiful. And that last sentence, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying, and that's enough. Every English learner should say this, looking in the mirror every morning.
Absolutely. Let's drill this one too. This sentence is today's power phrase. Repeat 3 times.
I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. And that's enough.
I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. And that's enough.
I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. And that's enough.
Bravo! Really, bravo! Your mouth already knows this sentence.
Okay, now we've come to our main topic, 5 micro habits. These habits enter your daily life in very small ways, but create a huge difference over time.
Yes, Alex, we've come to today's topic, and these micro habits will help you learn English. To apply them, you only need desire and belief.
First habit, the morning mumble. When you wake up in the morning, whisper what you're thinking in English.
So, not, I want to drink coffee. I want some coffee. I'm really tired. Today's going to be a long day. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just speak.
Why does this habit work? because the brain is most plastic, most open to learning in the morning. If you build English sentences at that moment, it comes easier throughout the day.
Let's do a morning mumble together. I say it, you repeat.
I woke up. I feel okay. Today, I will try my best.
I woke up. I feel okay. Today, I will try my best. Did you see? This simple. It doesn't have to be complicated.
Second habit, shadowing. Choose a podcast, a video, a show, and repeat immediately after the speaker, like their shadow.
Not with subtitles, with your ears. Just listen and speak. Pronunciation, rhythm, intonation. Copy all of it.
Before you think like a native speaker, you learn to speak like a native speaker. The ears learn before the brain.
Emily, when I was learning English, I used to listen to 10 or 15 YouTube podcasts a day. It's one of the easiest ways to learn English without spending a lot of energy.
Third habit is my favorite. Think out loud. That is, narrate what you're doing to yourself in English.
What do you mean?
For example, while in the kitchen, I'm cutting the tomatoes. The knife is sharp. I need to be careful. Or while in the car, there's a lot of traffic today. I'm gonna be late.
This is actually a very powerful technique. Because when the brain learns in a real-life context, it never forgets those words.
What are you doing right now? You're probably watching a video. Repeat after me.
I'm watching a video. I'm learning English. I'm training my mouth.
I'm watching a video. I'm learning English. I'm training my mouth. You chose a very fitting sentence, Emily.
Not a coincidence.
Fourth habit, 30-second recap. At the end of your day, tell what you did today in English for 30 seconds. Record it on your phone.
Recording is very important because when you hear yourself, you understand what you did well and what you need to improve.
Go back to those recordings over time. When you hear your voice from a month ago, it gives you incredible motivation.
Trust the process.
Let's do a mini recap together. Repeat after me. Today, I watched a video about speaking English. I learned about muscle memory. I practiced some sentences.
Today, I watched a video about speaking English. I learned about muscle memory. I practiced some sentences.
Perfect. Even a recap this simple creates a huge difference over time.
And the last habit, the one that requires the most courage but is the most effective? The discomfort drill.
3 times a week, do something you're afraid to speak. Write to a stranger in English. Leave a comment in English on a video. Record a video introducing yourself in English and send it to a friend.
The feeling of discomfort is a sign of growth. If speaking feels easy, it means you're not pushing yourself enough.
Muscles want to be challenged to grow. English is the same way.
And don't forget, nobody spoke perfectly at the beginning. Native speakers were also once children and made mistakes. The difference is, they didn't quit.
Bravo to you, to me, and to Alex. That is, bravo to all of us. We made a very successful podcast today. I think after today's podcast, we've earned a nice rest as a reward. And let me say this. If you did all of today's drills, your mouth has already started working. You can feel it, right?
Follow that feeling a little more every day. Small steps.
I want to ask you something. Which of these 5 habits are you going to try today? Write it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious.
And one more thing, share this video with a friend because one of the most powerful ways to learn English is to learn together.
Remember, your mouth is a muscle. Train it every day.
Small steps lead to big changes.
See you next time at the Next Level English.